Howdy race fans, welcome to my little show about motorsports I like to call In the Pits with me, StockCar Scott, here each Wednesday on the YouTube channel there during racing season when I feel like it. This week of racing was disappointing to some extent, especially today's news. The truck race though at Bristol on Wednesday night was lots of fun with the great grandson of the founder of NASCAR winning the race for his first big victory. Now my wife and I saw Ben Kennedy race once in the K&N Pro West Series in Montana, and it's really good to see a legacy driver do well in this sport. Of course, the win puts Ben Kennedy in the truck version of the chase, and their next truck event is at Michigan this Saturday, which will be Saturday morning here, as a support race for the Sunday Sprint Cup race. And with new phenom William Byron still leading the drivers' standings there with 5 wins and as a rookie. Looks like he has things sewed up, but you know, they do have a chase. Speaking of William Byron though, it was announced Saturday during the weather delay that Byron had signed for next year with the Junior Motorsports Rick Hendricks team for next year in the Xfinity Series for full time. That's after this season, after he finishes this Camping World Truck season by winning the championship for the Toad. Thursday night, while I prepared the throwback episode of the Waterboy Sports Show for last week, I again watched the British Touring Car Championship race there on CBS Sports Network, but my new favorite driver wasn't mentioned near enough there until right towards the end during the final rundown, where Mr. Goff was 12th and still in the top 10 in points. I hope to hear Jack's name more often as he moves up in the points and scores better finishes in his number 31 BMW. Also on Thursday was Xfinity practice on a local Comcast sports channel that I rarely watch because it seems really aimed at Rose City sports fans to the south of us. But I've always liked the name of one of their regular shows called Talking Beavers. It has always made my inner adolescent snicker a little bit there. Okay, on Friday, the only Cup qualifying and the Xfinity race there at Bristol were televised, and hopefully for the last time on the USA Network, a channel that has become more and more of a worthless over the years as a dumping ground for NBC reruns, and I doubt that I will land on it again for another 4 years when the Olympics once again hog all of the channels on cable. So the Xfinity 300 at Bristol was an interesting event there Friday night, and thankfully was unaffected by the adverse weather conditions. Kyle Larson led early, and he was around for the end of the race too. Let's see, Ty Dillon there, a young favorite of mine, spun early but made his way back to the front in time to remind me why one must be careful about wishing bad will on a disliked driver, because when Bad Brad Keselowski wrecked the Toad battling for the lead, who did the crashing Toad take out? Yep, Ty Dillon. Sorry about that, Ty. That big wreck led to Bad Brad running out of gas under caution and then Ty's brother, Austin, he got a gift of a great restart position that he rode all the way to victory lane. Dale Jr.'s driver in the number 7, Justin Allgaier, was second, while Kyle Larson ran well all night to end up third. Dale Jr.'s other full-time driver, Elliott Sadler, finished fourth and maintains the driver's points lead as the Xfinity Series visits its final road course race of the season this Saturday at Road America. Last Saturday, though, I had still much live racing to watch, so I set the recorder and headed northeast out to Monroe and Evergreen Speedway for my favorite regional racing touring series, the West Coast Late Model Series, as well as the Northwest Pro 4 Truck Tour. When I got to Evergreen, the people there were great. Thank you very much to Bruce and Jeff and the Hobbs and everybody. I sure do appreciate you letting me set up my backdrop and my camera there under the grandstands for doing some interviews. I even got to park my Monte Carlo SS nearby there under the grandstands where folks could make a fuss over it. Yeah. But because most of the drivers were very busy on race day, I wasn't able to get the interviews for which I had set up. You know, I had a great talk with young Max Schroeder, but forgot to turn on the camera. So unfortunately, the only West Coast late model driver that I have video of doing an interview is the 2015 defending champion Buck Knoll Jr. The video was shot before the Trax 100, just after the West Coast late model happy laps for the day. So here it is. Howdy race fans, here at Evergreen Speedway with the 2015 champion of the West Coast Late Model Series, Buck Knoll Jr. And this is an away race for Buck. He usually races at
Yakima Speedway.
Yakima Speedway, because you're from
Selah, Washington.
Selah, Washington. And what do you do for your regular job in Selah?
I'm a school teacher, actually, in the Yakima School District, a school teacher.
There you go. So all of his students are going to see this. Okay. You got the number 95 all tuned up. You got Margaret right for tonight?
You know, after qualifying, I messed up my qualifying lap, and that really hurt us, kind of put us back a little further. We're starting 8th. Bob Dexter went to work, the boys went to work, and we got us a good piece here. We got a good piece, so I'm happy after happy minutes, and we'll be there at the end.
Good. And in case your race fans don't know, Margaret is Bucky's car. And how long have you had Margaret? Forever, right?
Yeah, we got Margaret in 2002. Actually, we bought it from Bob Dexter before me and him started working together, so a little history to that one.
Okay, and it's a Ford, but you got you a new car coming up that's going to be right with God, correct?
Yes, yes. Our new car, we already gave her a name. Her name is Helen, and we'll see what we bring her out in. We're hoping to have her out next year. If all goes well, you never know, we might sneak it out for the Fall Classic. So.
And it's a Chevy.
It's a Chevy.
Now, is it going to get the red paint scheme and all that?
You know, we're talking about the red scheme. We might do something a little different. We got to okay with Bob and all the fans and everything. Make sure that we're doing the right thing. But we might have a little surprise in store for you.
Well, great, great. But I'm sure it will still be number 95.
It will be like Lightning McQueen number 95. It just may have a little twist to it.
There you go. Maybe it'll be one of the limited edition chrome ones or something.
That would be cool. That'd be cool, yeah.
I've seen those in the store. Okay, well, this is the next to the last race. You got one more in Yakima. That's a points race. And where are you sitting in points? Like about third?
We're sitting second. We're 5 points out. And after qualifying, we're 8 points out. Jim out-qualified us there. And that cost us a little bit, but hopefully a good run. And it'd be kind of cool to go heads up against Jim in that championship race. He's a good driver. It'd be fun. So.
And Jim is Jim Franklin. He drives the number 2. And hopefully he'll be here in just a little bit to do an interview. We'll get to hear the other side of how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Well, Bucky, I'm sure glad to have you come by. Anything else you want to plug, some sponsors or anything?
Bigger and Mobile DJ, they jumped on board this year, and hopefully they stay with us next year. Northwestern Auto Glass has Bob Dexter and Stacy. Can't thank them enough for all they do. Mom and Dad are there through everything. My wife Alex, my daughter Grayson, and my daughter Payson, and my son Keekston. They're in the garage with us every night we're out there. So I can't thank them enough. They get us to the track and they do everything we need to get there each and every week. So.
Well, and I can't thank you enough for coming in on this hot day and doing a little interview with me that I'm sure the folks that follow the West Coast Late Models will really enjoy. If you're not at the West Coast Late Models race tonight at Evergreen, you got a couple more chances at Yakima, so be there. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did getting it. After the interview, I watched and recorded the Northwest Pro 4 Truck Tour Bill Sauls Memorial 25-lap feature. Pete Brady in the number 4 truck had a fast truck and dominated the race for the first main victory of the evening. Then Evergreen Speedway had 3 figure-8 races, some sort of figure-8 nationals that were going on. So I took part of that time to indulge in a yummy order of chili cheese fries. Thank you, Evergreen. After that, while I broke down the set before the Trax 100 West Coast Late Model race, I saw Molly Helmuth doing the same with her sponsor who was there that night, Frontier Communications, and over at their booth. And she was nice enough to let me win, so to speak, this sweet hat to go with the Molly Helmuth Racing shirt that I got earlier in the summer. Thank you, Molly. Sure do appreciate it. The main reason, though, why I was at Evergreen was the last race of the evening. It got going a little after 8 p.m. with an unpleasant surprise that ended up ruining the whole night for me. A driver I dislike enough to not even speak his name tagged himself onto the end of the West Coast Late Model field. That honestly, race fans, was a little short there at Evergreen. He went on to beat and bang his way up to a victory after several of the series regulars fell out due to wrecks or parts failures in front of him. Chad Ayers of Hermiston came all the way over from Hermiston and finished second, and was also the highest finisher of the Mid-Columbia Dermatology Challenge rookies, while the number 3 of Andy Beeman rounded out the top 3. Randy Marshall, you remember he's won a couple of races this year, set fast time for the Trax 100, and because of a really wicked invert, Brian Bykirk, who was subbing for in the number 12 for Mike Brooks, took up the Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Run to the Front Challenge. That was up to $450. Unfortunately, even with the short field, Brian was not successful. So the Evan Williams Award rises to, I do believe, $500 for the championship race on September 17th. Also boosting the purse for that race, the Greg Peterson 100, is the lap sponsoring program the West Coast Late Model Series has. You know, I told you about it during the last show, and it gives you, the race fan, a chance to get more involved in the pastime that we love. For a mere $25, you can sponsor a lap during the Greg Peterson Memorial 100, and during that lap, your sponsorship message will be announced. So, If you want to score some mushy points, you can have them say something like, Lap 32 is sponsored by Scott, who loves Mary very much. Or if you have a business, you can have them say something like, if you get a DUI on the way home, call Philip My Pockets, attorney at law, sponsor of lap number 32. You get the idea. And along with the announcement, you get a grandstand pass. So if you really like the series, show them a little direct love and support. And get some laps before all the good ones are gone. I got mine reserved on Saturday night with a couple of laps in the first 50 laps and a couple in the second 50 laps. And because I already have a season passes, I have gotten permission from the West Coast Late Model Series officials to give away 2 sets of 2 grandstand passes for the Greg Peterson Memorial 100 at Yakima Speedway to my viewers of my little show about motorsports in the pits. But how should I do it? I will tell you at the end of the show. Okay, first I have to tell y'all about Bristol, baby. It rained out Saturday night after a few laps, so Sunday after rain subsided, NASCAR got in the Bristol night race that afternoon. It was a good race. Dale Jr., even though Dale Jr. was not there, and as we found out today, he is not going to be there for at least 2 more races. So he'll miss Darlington and Michigan coming up this week, and hopefully he'll be back by Richmond, but we'll just have to see. But while at Bristol, hey, the Toad got wrecked, so that was nice. And my younger brother's favorite, Happy Harvick there, won the 500 lap contest. While relatively speaking, all of our favorites finished in the top 16 on the lead lap. Even my wife's Biffle there finished in the top 16 there on the lead lap. So Harvick is back to the lead in the driver's standings with the win. And the next Cup race is this coming Sunday at Michigan, where Junior will not be racing. They say that Alex Bowman will be there because Jeff Gordon has something else to do. Luckily, if you can say that, the IndyCar Series race was washed out at Pocono on Sunday. Pocono rain, I mean, golly, who would have ever thought that? So I was washed out on Sunday, so I didn't miss it as it was run on Monday. Simon Pagenaud wrecked, and Will Power won, so the points tighten up a great deal. There was also a spectacular crash on pit lane involving Charlie Kimball, this year's Indy Charlie Kimball, this year's Indy winner, Alexander Rossi, and Dancing with the Stars, Helio Castroneves. If you missed it, you might want to see it on YouTube. All the drivers were uninjured. The next race for the IndyCar Series is the completion of the rain-affected race at Texas from earlier this summer, and that's on Saturday, I do believe. Almost forgot. I want to congratulate Randy Butler on a double main win at South Sound Speedway last Saturday night, with wins in both mini stocks and outlaw compacts on the very fast 3/8 mile track. Congratulations also to Mike Carlson on yet another late model win there. Maybe you ought to come on West Coast Late Model Series there, Mike. Also, the broadcast, don't want to forget to tell you this one, the broadcast of the K&N Pro West 150 at Evergreen Speedway from the 13th of this month will be shown tomorrow on NBCSN at 5 p.m. Pacific. So set your hopper. Oh yeah, and also F1 is back this weekend from summer vacation. So they'll be in Belgium also this weekend on NBCSN. So that about covers it for this week. I know it's been a long show, sorry, but that about covers it this weekend on In the Pits. I haven't decided if or even where I'll be going to the races this week. To be honest with you, race fans, I'm getting a little bit burnt out on all of this coming and going involved. But if I do venture forth, it will, I don't know, be South Sound. They've got Super Late Model 100 or Evergreen. They've got Super Late Models. So, you know, we'll just have to see. But I'm kind of doubtful that it will be Evergreen because of all that fair traffic that is really unfair traffic. Plus, I've been to Monroe over the past 2 weekends, and I haven't seen my South Sound Speedway race fans and friends there since the Miller 200. Well, the weather looks good anyway for either of the venues, so you folks out there in Webland, you need to go see some racing, not just watch it on the YouTube. And to that end, I am giving away the first set of 2 of my passes to the Greg Peterson Memorial 100 at Yakima Speedway on the 17th of September to whomever can answer a simple question about the show. To enter, private message me on Facebook. I hope everybody knows by now that's G as in G, what happened to StockCar Scott, G Scott Sams, and leave me a phone number, and I will call you with a chance to win 2 passes to the Better All Auto Sales Twisted Tea West Coast Late Model Series Greg Peterson Memorial 100 at Yakima Speedway on the 17th of September for their championship night. This is just one way for me and everyone at the West Coast Late Model Series to say thank you very much for watching the best late model series here in the Northwest and my little show about motorsports I like to call In the Pits. So thank you for watching again this week, and join me here next time, same Stock Car time, same Stock Car channel, you know, if I feel like it. Now, go see some racing. Go on. And if you can actually use the passes to Yakima, please call me, let me know, call me, or so I can call you. Like I said, leave your phone number, private message it to me there on Facebook, so I can call you, and let's see if you can win.